Hi, and thank you so much for watching. This is a pick a card tarot reading, and this is for what does my ex think of me? So, this doesn't necessarily have to be an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, ex-partner. This can be anyone from your past who you had a strong connection with and now you are no longer in contact with. So it could even be a friend too. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. I am going to be focused a little more on romantic, but you can use your intuition, make it work. But this is someone from your past you had a connection with. What do they think of you now? So go ahead and pick a pile. I'll put timestamps and I'll go over which crystals these are to help you make your decision which pile you're drawn to. We have the first pile is this purple amethyst crystal. Pile number 2 is this tiger's eye. Pile number 3 is black obsidian. And pile number 4 is Moonstone. So go ahead and pick a pile. If you feel called to more than one pile, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you even have more than one person on your mind. You can totally assign them to a different piles. But whenever you're ready, go ahead, and thank you again for watching. So pile number 1, you chose this beautiful purple amethyst as your pile. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look, and we're gonna start with these 2 oracle cards. We have chaos, and we have excuse my pronunciation, Jurgon Sacha, which I'm totally not saying right, but this is basically the Tower card in oracle form here. So transfiguration, just take a moment to sink that in. This is some Mars and Pluto energy. So right off the bat, this ex of yours could possibly be a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising, or you could be yourself. There's also possibly some Aries energy here. As the siren goes off in the background, I don't know if you can hear that in the video, but literally sirens are going off right now. So I'm totally getting some really heavy energy, chaotic energy here. This is a very intense connection here. So this person on your mind, they feel like the 2 of you had something extremely intense. Like, this is not a connection that they took lightly. Now, this person could be very intense themselves, especially if they do have any Scorpio in their chart. But so this person could be someone who naturally has very intense relationships with people, but definitely you in particular, I'm just getting a lot of intensity that happened between the 2 of you. And regardless of how you feel, now I don't know if you reciprocate that or if this is more of a lighthearted thing to you, but coming from this person's end, this person on your mind, they do not take this lightly, what you had together. I feel like it ended very badly between the 2 of you, or it was like kind of this feeling of a bridge being burnt down with this fire, a tower falling and crumbling. So it's like you 2 really fell from grace is what I'm getting, and it was just like a very destructive ending, and kind of at that point where I feel like it would be very hard to reconnect. It would be really hard for the 2 of you to get back together. I feel like either you or someone else, or this person, could be with someone else now. They could be in a long-term committed relationship with someone else, or maybe you are, or someone could have moved or something where it's like this is definitely over. This person, you might even have each other blocked on social media, or maybe they don't really use social media, you don't, so it's like there's this cutoff. There could have been someone who deleted the person's number, you know, it's like all these things where it's like there's absolutely no way for you to get back together, or let alone even say hi to one another, even like casually just check in on one another. It's like this relationship is so far gone. And so if you didn't relate to any of that, then this might not be the reading for you. This might be a different person I'm picking up on. Okay, so at this point, if you don't resonate with this, you may want to pick another pile, or maybe this reading is not for you. But whoever is meant to receive this message, this is definitely what I'm getting. So I'm going to put these cards aside and keep this in mind. And now I'm going to go ahead, we'll do this, and now I'm going to go ahead and pull your tarot cards for how is this person, what does your ex think of you? Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles, Justice in reverse, the Magician, and then I'm going to pull 3 more, and then I will get into the description. The Knight, Eight of Torches, and 5 of Swords here. So I'm just going to make this look nice. Okay, so what does your ex think of you? I'm gonna move this too. Okay, that's better. So they do see a lot of unfairness here in the situation with Justice in reverse. Okay, I mentioned Scorpio before. I'm also seeing Libra. But again, it could be any sign. There's also definitely, I'm seeing fire. I'm seeing earth signs, air signs. Seeing most signs here. So they definitely saw unfairness in the situation here with Justice reverse, and I'm also getting like a lack of balance here, and that's again like with this chaotic energy here. So they feel like the situation between the two of you was very unbalanced. So for some of you, they might have thought you took too much from them, or other side, they took too much from you. And I'm getting more, it could go either way, but what I'm leaning more towards is that they feel like they took advantage of you and that they took too much from you. So there was definitely like this imbalance here, this lack of equal give and take. So they do feel very guilty about that here. But they do see you as someone who's very strong as well. There's definitely a lot of trust issues here. When it comes to you, they really have their guard up with 5 of Swords. Also 7 of Pentacles here too. It's like they know that there's a lot of like games involved, so they could either have a lot of trust issues towards you, or they know that they're a game player and they don't want to put you through that. Gonna take a sip of water. Sorry. I do feel like though that this person still holds out hope for you. So even though it feels like your bridge has been burnt and it feels like there's absolutely no way that the two of you could get back together or even like see each other or talk to each other, there's a little bit of holding on to you. Because with the magician here, it shows me that this person is still manifesting you on some level. So whether they are conscious of it or not, like whether they're purposely wishing for you and thinking of ways that they could be with you, or it could be totally subconscious where they're just having a lot of dreams about you, and there's this part of them deep down that doesn't want to let go of you. So I feel like this person really wants, there's a part of them that really wants you back in their life here. They're showing a lot of patience too. I feel like this person sees you as like very graceful here, okay? They see you as someone who really works hard for what they want, and they put a lot of time and a lot of energy into what they want. So this is you I'm speaking of. So they see you as someone who works really hard at your job, especially. You could also have like side projects and side hustles, and they see that you do that. You put a lot of time into that and dedication, a lot of passion into it as well. And they do see you as this magician figure. So they do feel like you kind of get whatever you want. You get your way. Like, regardless of if this is true or not, like, they think that things just come to you because you have patience and because you have a lot of dedication. They see that this is how you work hard to make your dreams come true. Okay. They also see this person, Eight of Torches, they see that you have moved forward, and I think this person definitely doubts if you are holding on to them at all. They might even be convinced that you have completely moved on, like you're not even thinking about them, you're not even like a thought in their mind, because they see you in this Eight of Torches energy. So it's like you're making a lot of things happen for yourself, and you're always moving forward. You have a lot of projects on your hand and they take time to grow, so you put a lot of patience into that, but at the same time you have all these other things going for you. So it's like even when you're patiently waiting for one project to come to light, it's like something else in your life is moving at the same time, if that makes sense. So it's like there's always something in your life that's continuing to move forward. With this Knight card here, they definitely see some mysteriousness here. So again, this kind of reminds me of the Scorpio energy as well. So could also be Cancer here with this moon here. They do see you as like, you do have a lot of secrets, and you do kind of like keep to yourself. You keep your guard up. They also feel like you don't trust them too as well. They feel like they know that you could see through their lies, especially like lies that they have said to you in the past. What else am I getting here? I feel like I've mainly covered it. let's see. I'm just going to take a moment to see. I think I got a lot of the messages out just there, but I'm going to take a moment to see if anything else. Yeah, I feel like in regards to the future too, I think this person would be too nervous to approach you again if you are wondering if they would reach out to you. I feel like they know that your relationship comes with so much chaotic energy, so that could really make them nervous to like reach out again. Even if they feel like the relationship is totally over, I do feel like there is this part of them that's still gonna cling on to you. But I mean, they see you thriving is the biggest message that I'm taking away. So, you know, they might even think like, what is the point of coming back into this person's life? Because I'm just gonna like ruin everything. I'm just gonna shake things up, because they kind of see that you're like in the zone, like you're zoning, and they don't want to distract you from that. They also feel like you've lost your trust for them as well. But yeah, they see you in a very high light. I think, to me, in my opinion, it seems like you're doing awesome. You're doing fantastic without them. My own advice would be to keep doing your thing, keep focusing on your work and your business and moving forward in life, and don't let this person hold you back. If you really want to reach out to them again, I feel like the ball is more in your court, because I think this person is really too intimidated to try to talk to you again. So I think this is something that's more in your hands, but I would say you're doing really amazing without them, and I don't think that you want to do that. You want to go back to them and let them hold you back like that. Okay, so thank you so much. That's all I have for your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. If not, you can always pick another pile, and I also have other tarot readings on my channel that you can check out. Thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and definitely leave a comment if you like it. I love to see the positive comments, and namaste. Hello, pile number 2. So you picked the beautiful tiger's eye crystal. Take a nice look at that. What a beauty. So I'm going to start off with your oracle cards, and this is, what does my ex think of me? So we have breath, and we have ayahuasca, rebirth. Beautiful card there. Beautiful shaman. So right away, this person, they see you in a very high light, for sure. They see you as someone who is very spiritual. This is a very spiritual card here. Excuse me. And as for signs, we have it right on the card here. We have Pluto, Jupiter, and Neptune. Okay, so as for signs, I'm getting Scorpio, Pisces, and Sagittarius. So that might be your sun, moon, or rising, or it might be in this person's zodiac. It could be their sun, moon, or rising. Doesn't have to be, though. Just putting it out there. So your ex, or whoever this person on your mind is, they see you as very, very spiritual here. Someone who is kind of like dreamy too, very like ethereal and out of this world. I'm getting like you don't belong here, but not like in a mean way, like you don't belong, but like this feeling of like feeling like an alien, kind of feeling like you're too spiritual to exist on this material plane. So that's what I mean by that. So it's actually a very great compliment, although it is challenging to live in this material world when you are such a spiritual person. It's like, I belong with the aliens. I belong in another dimension. Like, that's how this person sees you. So right away, like this is a very positive spread. So I mean, we'll see what the rest of the cards say, but so far I'm getting like this wasn't really like a toxic relationship, or it could have been heavy for sure. It was transformative, I feel like, what you two had together. So I don't want to say it was lighthearted by any means, but it was one of those things where I feel like you learned a lot of lessons, or at least this is how they see it. This ex of yours, they felt like they learned a lot of lessons through your relationship, and or your bond or connection together, and even if it's over, they're very thankful for just having met you. So it's like this very spiritual perspective. This person could definitely be kind of spiritual themselves. I feel like definitely not as much as you. And you really brought out that side of them. Okay, you kind of, before they met you, they were very materialistic. And they were very into maybe overspending, overeating, just focusing on material pleasures. Okay, they might have even had like a substance addiction, something like that. And you just really taught them that like there is more to life than what meets the eye. Okay, this person was very obsessed with money too, I'm getting, before they met you. Money is still a concern of theirs, but like you taught them that there is more to life than money. You taught them that money cannot buy happiness, and it's just like all these spiritual lessons here. So that was a lot. That was a great start though. Now I'm gonna actually get into your tarot cards and keep this in mind here. So I'm gonna lay all the tarot cards out and then I will go into the meaning. So we have Knight of Wands reverse, Five of Cups, Page of Swords, Three of Pentacles reverse, Strength reverse, Six of Pentacles reverse. Okay. So I'm just going to take a moment to kind of take it all in as I let you do the same. Take a look at how beautiful these cards are. Okay. Many different zodiac signs popping up here. Okay. Definitely getting Leo. Definitely getting Scorpio. What else? Possibly an earth sign. Okay, air, possibly. So those are the signs that pop out. And again, it doesn't have to be, if you're not one of those signs or they're not one of those signs, it's fine. That could just be confirmation for few. So what am I getting here? So what does your ex think of you? Well, they definitely miss this connection here. This Five of Cups totally stands out. They are having a very hard time letting go of you. Okay, both the Scorpio and Leo here are both fixed signs. So this person could be very fixated on you and really struggling to let go of what you had. They feel like there was some negative communication between the two of you. So you two could have had a fight. Okay, you could have fought often, or there could have been like one last fight that you had together, or one big fight that's like really on their mind. there was a lot of anger and aggression between the two of you when you were together. And so that's what this person thinks a lot about whenever you cross their mind. Um, they remember a lot of like angry and fiery communication or fights that you had with one another. So we have 2-page cards here too. So, communication is a big key here. So they think a lot about things that you said to one another, and not just the fights here. They also think about like the little conversations you had. So you could have had a lot of small talk with this person. Okay, maybe your talks were not like super deep, or maybe they were, but it's really like the small talk that stands out to them, ironically. So, like, besides fights or a big fight that you may have had together, they also think a lot about like the witty banter that you had between each other. Okay, so they don't, it's not all anger for them when they think of like how you guys spoke to each other. There was also a lot of like just very like quick and witty conversations here. A lot of like back when you were still together or still in contact, there was a lot of like, hey, what's up? How's it going? You could have talked about just very small talk things like the weather or work or like, I don't know, these mundane things. But for them, it was not mundane. For them, it was like everything. Like these regular day-to-day conversations you have with strangers, like those types of things, that's what stuck out to them with you. They also felt like when they look back on your time together, they felt like you could be very quick to anger and you could get very angry and aggressive, but you could also be maybe a little bit moody, maybe a little bit of moodiness here, because they saw like your angry side, but then they also saw like your detached, I don't give an F side. So it's like from their perspective, there were like two sides to you when you guys communicated. So sometimes you were like very passionate, very angry, very like all wound up about something. And then there were other times when you couldn't care less and you were totally detached, you were totally breezy. So they saw these two sides to you whenever you guys spoke. And you could have been a little bit of a wild card to them, because whenever they called you or talked to you or had like any interaction with you, like they never knew, okay, are you going to be like very bold and passionate in this interaction, or are you going to be like you just totally detached, you just couldn't care less, like they didn't know what side they were going to get from you. What else I'm seeing here with 3 of Pentacles, you two definitely could have worked together. Okay, this could have been a coworker, or this could have been someone you met through your job or through your profession somehow, your career path. And for those of you still in school, this could be someone you knew in school. You could have had a class with them, taken some kind of course together. Also with 3 of Pentacles, there could have possibly been a third person involved here. So there could have been another commitment here. Okay, you could have been involved with someone else, or they could have been involved in someone else. That's a small possibility. I'm just gonna take a sip of water for a second. There could have been some greediness here in the situation. Now, I don't know which side this goes. I mean, they could be accusing you of being greedy, or they themselves could have felt like they were being greedy. And I kind of think it was towards the latter. Like, they felt like they were very unfair to you. They felt like there's definitely like a lot of anger here involved, because they kind of feel like they pushed you to your limit, or you pushed them to their limit, or both. Someone here, just with these three cards together, someone here was being greedy. And that's also something that they think about when they think of your connection. And again, it could go either way. So I'm getting a really strong vibe that there was a third person here involved. So whether, again, it could go either way. So maybe they were in a committed relationship with someone else, and they kind of had a thing with you because they wanted to have both of you. Maybe they were kind of juggling between you and someone else. And I'm also really burpy right now, which I've heard, I can't take credit for this, but I've heard from other tarot readers that if you're burping while you're giving a tarot reading, it means like there's a lot to say. You have a lot to say here. This is like especially important message here. So that's my sign that that is completely true. So there is definitely someone else involved here. And when I say someone else, I mean like a commitment. Like, this person was committed to someone. And again, this could go so many different ways. Okay, maybe they were committed to you, but they got greedy and they started showing interest in someone else. Or maybe they were committed to someone else and they started showing interest in you, or maybe it was on your hand. Maybe you were the one in a commitment and you became interested in someone else. You see what I'm saying? So someone here was already committed to someone else. Maybe it was both of you too. And there's a third person coming or already there. So that's why this person really thinks about greediness here and unfairness in the situation. Okay, so obviously, depending on your specific situation, whoever was doing the, I don't know if it was cheating or whoever was doing the, whatever it was, like someone here was being greedy, and that's what your ex is thinking. Okay, so maybe they think of you as greedy, or maybe they think of themselves as greedy, or maybe both. Okay, so hopefully you get that. But at the same time, though, like, even if this person does accuse you of being greedy or being like I said, there's anger here. Okay, they could think of you as like being angry and aggressive, but also kind of like a little moody, and like 1 minute you're emotional, the next minute you're not. Even with these thoughts, though, they still think of you as very spiritual. Okay, so that's why, and don't get mad at me for delivering that message, because obviously I am not the one saying that you are, like, what's another word for greedy? I feel like I've said that too much. But like, even though there's all these like heavy emotions here, ultimately they do think of you as very spiritual. So that's what I'm saying about like the lessons that were learned here. There was definitely a lot of lessons here, okay, from whatever went down between the two of you. Okay, so looking forward, if you're curious to see if they will reach out to you or what will happen in the future, this person definitely does miss you. They are thinking, we have 2 pages here, so communication is on the mind. Okay, so they could be debating reaching out to you. Okay, if they did, it would probably just be something very quick and simple, like maybe just a text message, or maybe just like, hey, what's up? Okay, but yeah, I mean, communication is on their mind. It's hard to say for sure, but they definitely do miss you here. Okay, so that's all I have. I'm gonna end it there. I hope this resonated. I hope it was helpful. If not, you can always check another pile. And thank you so much for watching. You are the best. Thank you for positive comments too, and subscribing and thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Namaste. Hello, pile number 3. So you chose this black obsidian, beautiful crystal. So we're going to start out with 2 oracle cards, and then I'll do your tarot cards. And this is for what does your ex think of you? So we have copper, and we have poppy, dream. So first of all, definitely getting some Pisces energy. I don't know if you or them are Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. Maybe Venus or Mars in Pisces, but doesn't have to be. Could also pick up on Sagittarius as well for some of you. But regardless, so first of all, the first message here is that this person definitely dreams of you here with this beautiful dreamy card here. Okay, they definitely see you pop up in their dreams all the time. There could even have recently been a very detailed and lucid dream that they had about you. And I want to say this was a very sensual dream, if you know what I mean. So this copper card here is, believe it or not, it's about sensuality. And this copper actually resembles or symbolizes our sense of sensuality. It is the color, not the color, it is one of the correspondences of Aphrodite. Obviously, too, the Statue of Liberty we think about, okay? And there is also myths that the Statue of Liberty was originally connected to Aphrodite, all right? So with the Venus, we're getting some Venus energy now with Aphrodite here. So that could also be a Taurus or Libra that I'm picking up on. So this person sees you as very sensual and very, in a very like ethereal way too, like a very out of this world kind of way. So they almost feel like you're too sexy for this world, basically. Like you don't have that human ugliness, you know what I mean? I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but like all humans are a little bit ugly, you know, like we all have our ugly side, like we all have, you know, you have to take care of yourself to make yourself look beautiful. It doesn't come super naturally, but according to your ex or this person on your mind, they really feel like your beauty is just completely natural and it's something that you don't even have to work for. They feel like you don't even need to wear makeup, even though of course wearing makeup is your own choice. And I don't want to be like one of those people that are like, oh, girls look prettier without makeup, but like that is what I'm getting. And obviously you might not wear makeup, you could be a guy, whatever, but they just feel like you have this natural beauty that you don't even have to work for, you don't even really have to try. And regardless of if you do or not, because obviously I have a feeling you're like, yes, I do all this, this, and that to make myself look attractive and presentable. But this person on your mind doesn't see that. Like, they truly believe that you just wake up and you're just like naturally gorgeous and you don't have to do anything. You don't even need like a skincare routine. Like, they genuinely think that you're just like born with this. So yeah, that was a long ramble about your beauty. So this person definitely finds you beautiful, okay? I feel like they are still extremely attracted to you. They they also see you as very spiritual though. Like, as a society, we tend to associate beauty with being very vain and being self-centered and self-absorbed. But this person feels like it's a very like humble beauty that you have, and it's not something that you like try to rub in anyone's face. It's just this very like natural and delicate beauty that you have. um yeah, it's just like you're just gifted with this. Okay, so that's the biggest takeaway message here from the oracle cards. So let's put that aside and get into your tarot. I'm just going to take a sip of water. Okay, so I'm going to lay out the cards and then I will get into the meaning afterwards. So 4 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Wands reverse, and Queen of Wands reverse. 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, and the Empress. Wow. Okay. So this 3 of Swords here definitely stands out to me the most. This person definitely feels very brokenhearted by you. They feel like you are a heartbreaker. Okay, and remember, don't shoot me because I'm just the messenger. But this person on your mind, they feel like you can just break hearts with like the blink of an eye. Like, again, you're sorry to go on again, but your beauty, that's just like a strong message that comes out. Like, this person is so mesmerized by the way you look. And it's not even like a superficial type of beauty. Like, it's a very, it's your soul. It's your beautiful soul. Honestly, I have to say the song Beautiful Soul by Jesse McCartney from way back popped in my head. So if you haven't heard that, definitely listen to it, because that's completely what I'm getting right now, like so strongly. So it's really crazy, and I'm wondering why this person is your ex and why they are in the past, because to me it seems like they're very hooked on you. I'm getting that this person is under the impression that you just lost interest in them because they felt like they weren't good enough for you, which again could be totally so far from the truth. Like, maybe you really wanted to be with this person, maybe you really fought for them, but like from their perception, they feel like you just wanted to do better than them. And they felt like, and I feel like that's why they chose to let you go, because they felt like they weren't going to be good enough for you. They were going to hold you back from someone who could do so much better and treat you the way that you need to be treated. Okay, I'm getting this person feels like you needed to be treated like a princess or a prince, okay? Or a queen or king or non-binary royalty. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but they're kind of like, yeah, they kind of feel like it's dangerous to be in love with you because you are such a heartbreaker. Like, you can break hearts without trying. Okay, they feel like you've broken a lot of hearts. They feel like it's not just them who you've hurt. They feel like there's a lot of people who just like haven't been good enough for you is what I'm getting. Yeah, they feel like a lot of this Five of Wands, like they feel like a lot of people have tried to fight for you. They felt like, oh yeah, like they felt like they had to compete with a lot of other people, and they feel like they lost that competition. Like they feel like they were competing with multiple people here, and like they just didn't make the cut. Like they just were not good enough for you. They felt like you're this Queen of Wands. Again, regardless of gender, like this reading is for whoever, male, female, non-binary, whoever. But they saw you as like this Queen of Wands energy. Well, they still see you as it, who like had all these people to choose from, and like they had to compete with everyone for your attention, and like they just didn't make the cut. Like they feel like they got rejected by you. And now you could see the situation totally different. Like you could feel like you rejected them. Sorry, you could feel like they rejected you. Like you could be like, what are you talking about? But I'm saying in this person's eyes, their story is that they got rejected by you. Okay? Or maybe they purposely rejected themselves from you because they're like, I'm not good enough. I can't compete with these other people who are trying to get your attention and win you over. Okay, I'm just gonna take a sip of water. Okay. And they see you as this Nine of Pentacles. So they see you as this really strong, independent person who doesn't really need anyone else. They almost, I'm also getting like, it's not that they chose, so their story is not that you chose someone else, but like you chose yourself. Like that's what this person is feeling. Like, yes, they had all these other people to compete with, and they felt like they lost the competition, but they feel like you ultimately chose yourself because they see you as someone who like doesn't even need anyone. Like you have all these people fighting for you, and you just reject them all. Like you choose yourself at the end of the day, and that's why you are such a heartbreaker, because you have such strong independent energy here. Okay, and they feel like they see you as someone who does not need anyone else. Very independent. Okay, so what else am I getting here? Okay, so with this Four of Swords, you know, they do have a lot of restless energy about you. I feel like they do think about you quite often. You pop up in their head a lot. But they feel like they could even lose sleep over you. It's definitely hardest at night, right when they're trying to fall asleep, or like the second they wake up, the second they come out of a dream and out of sleep. It's like you are on their mind for sure. But they definitely feel like you do not think about them. Okay, because again, they see you as so independent. They feel like you only think about yourself, and not in a bad way, like not in a selfish way, but just like you put yourself first, you prioritize your needs. They don't really see you like bowing down to anyone else, okay? Because you're doing your own thing. Like you're so focused on your own life. That's how they see it. So they really don't think that you think of them at all. Okay, and number B2, which I'm told from other tarot readers that that means it's a very important message. So that's completely accurate, that they feel like you are just so focused on yourself, you're focused on doing your own thing here. Okay, and you're not dwelling on them and you're not dwelling on anyone else. So would this person come back to you in the future, or would they try to talk to you? I feel like they're just very intimidated by you, and I can't really picture them reaching out to you. And it's not because they don't miss you, because they completely miss you. They really feel this separation here, but they, in their head, they believe the story that they're not good enough for you. So they're kind of like, well, why bother? I'm not good enough for this person. So I don't see them reaching out to you. I do feel like they miss you a lot. They just, they're weak for you. They're very weak for you. And their feelings are not going to be fading anytime soon. They're going to keep holding on to this, but they kind of have accepted that it's over. They've accepted that this is a heartbreak for them. This is painful, and this is pain and grief that they're just going to have to work through and deal with. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. I hope that resonated. If not, you can always try another pile, and I also have other readings on my channel. So thank you for subscribing and for liking and for the positive comments. They're so amazing. I love it so much. And namaste. Hello, pile number 4. So last but not least, you chose this Moonstone. Look how beautiful. It's completely white here. So good choice. Love the Moonstone. We're going to get into your oracle, and then I'll pull tarot cards. So this is for what does my ex think of me? Okay, or past person. So we have vinegar, and we have motherwort, strength. Okay, so first of all, this vinegar card speaks of something you can't forget. Okay, because just the word vinegar, I feel like you can taste it on your mouth just from hearing the word itself. It's very strong, and it's like you only need a tiny amount of it, and it kind of overpowers whatever you're eating or whatever is in your mouth. It's definitely kind of something that leaves like a sour taste in your mouth. So your ex or your past person thinks of you as like this sour taste in their mouth that they can't get rid of. And that can be a good thing and a bad thing. So first of all, this person definitely can't forget about you. So you have this very unforgettable energy where it's like something about you is very overpowering. Something about the connection you had together, it was very intense, and it was also very different, like very peculiar than any experience that they've had with anyone else. So you're someone who really sticks out to them. They definitely still think of you. They definitely hold on to you because you are like this sour taste in their mouth that they can't get rid of. They can't wash it away. Okay, but the negative side is that obviously it's not like a sweet taste. So it's like it distracts them from moving forward. It's good. Everyone's flattered when someone remembers them, especially like if you're still thinking of them and you're like, does this person even think of me at all? Do they miss me? Do they think about me? Like this person does think about you a lot, but it's almost like too much here. Like this person thinks about, I I don't know if you understand like how obsessed this person still is with you. Okay, and it could be like almost to a dangerous level where it's just a lot. Um, and we'll go back to this card, but I also want to speak on this motherwort. So, okay, so many different things stand out to me. First of all, we have the sign of Venus. So we have this very strong feminine energy here. As for zodiac signs, this could be Taurus or Libra, sun, moon, or rising. That could be in your chart, maybe in theirs. But regardless, this is very strong feminine energy here. Also, the number 13, this is the 13th card in the deck. So that is a number of like destruction and power. So this person sees you as anything but weak. Like they see you as one of the strongest people they know, possibly the strongest. It's like you're a person who people can't just forget about. Like you have left a taste in this person's mouth that they cannot get rid of. And there could be a lot of obsession here too, and we'll see more as we get into the tarot cards. But they do have a lot of respect for you. Okay, and remember, you don't have to be a woman just because this is the motherwort card. Okay, you don't have to be a woman yourself. You could be a man. You could be non-binary. Okay, regardless, this is them seeing you as someone who, I get the strong passive energy. So it's sort of like getting what you want because you receive it, not because you chase after it. You know, so they don't see you as someone who like chases after things or people or situations. Like you just sit back and let it come to you. They see you as someone with a lot of spiritual energy as well. You're very in touch with your emotions and your feelings, and you're very comfortable with that. You are very much connected to the spirit world. Okay, so they do see you as very spiritual. So I'm going to put these aside and we'll get into your tarot. I'm going to pull all of the cards and then go into the messages. Okay. The Empress. Look at that. Okay, that goes hand in hand with this card right away. Like this is Venus energy. This is divine feminine. Three of Wands reverse. The Death card. Oh my goodness. So Death is also the 13th card in the tarot. And like I said earlier, this is the 13th card in the oracle. So the number 13 is very powerful here. Okay? And I also have to say, like, I did not look ahead at these tarot cards. So the whole 13, that's a very significant number here. Queen of Swords reverse. Princess of Cups reverse. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So, all right, so let's look at signs. So we definitely have Scorpio here as a huge sign. We have Taurus and Libra, as mentioned earlier. Okay, so those are the three biggest signs sticking out to me. Now, that could be confirmation for those who need to hear it, but this could definitely be any sign here because we have earth, water, air, okay, we have basically everyone here, so regardless. Okay, fire too, sorry. So literally all the signs, but those, Okay, sorry, pile number 4. My phone went into low battery mode, so it might have glitched. But anyway, let's continue. So, speaking of phone dying, we have the death card here. So, I'm going to start with the death card. Again, like I said, 13, that's a huge number, and that's all about transformation and heavy energy. So this person just sees you as someone who's very intense and very, they definitely feel transformed since having met you. So even if you're no longer in contact, I assume you're no longer in contact if you're watching this reading, but they feel like they are not the same person at all since the day that they first met you. Like, so many things changed for them. Like, they had such an epiphany after knowing you. You just changed them completely. And you also really made them think about more deep things that they would typically avoid thinking about. This could even be, this person on your mind could be someone who's, I want to say, kind of like basic, where like they don't really think about, at least before you, they were not someone who really thought about like spirituality or religion or the afterlife or things like that. Okay, or anything like ghosts or paranormal or something like that. And I feel like since knowing you, like you've really questioned their concept of life and what it means to be alive and their life purpose and what happens after death, like these very heavy questions that you brought to their mind. And I feel like that's kind of what this like vinegary taste that you left in their mouth that they can't get rid of. It's like they can't they can't go about their day-to-day life now without asking themselves those really deep questions. And it's like you brought a whole new depth to their life, whereas in the past they used to kind of just jump around and see everything as just random and uncoincidental. But since knowing you, they look for signs now. They pay attention to numbers, angel numbers on the clock, especially. They think about past lives and future lives and all of these things that just never would occur to them before they knew you. So they definitely see you as very deep and very spiritual, and they feel like that really rubbed off on them since knowing you. With this Empress card here too, again with the Divine Feminine, so again, like I said, like you don't have to be a woman, you can be male, non-binary, whatever, but they just see this very like beautiful energy coming from you. They also see you as a creator, so they see you as someone who has like a really big imagination. So you could be a content creator yourself, okay, or you could have a job like, or even a side hustle that has to do with the arts, being creative, like writing or drawing, or you could do tarot cards yourself too. But they do see you as like this creator. You're just very much in touch with the spiritual world for sure. That's a big message here. So with this Three of Wands reverse and also this Queen of Swords reverse, I think, and this Princess of Cups reverse too, we have a few reversals. They do see you as someone who's very like impatient, and it's kind of like you go for what you want and you go after whatever you want. But I'm sorry, I want to take back the word impatient because I don't think that's the correct word that I'm looking for, because I'm also looking at the Seven of Pentacles, which very much does have to do with patience. But I just feel like you don't have time for things that aren't worth it. And like, the difference between waiting for something that is gonna come and that's meant for you, versus cutting off something that's just not gonna bring you any growth at all. So like, when it's time to walk away. They also feel like they definitely feel like you moved on from them here, okay? They feel like you cut off this relationship, you transformed after it, you transformed into something else and someone else, okay? They could feel replaced, all right? You might have someone new in your life and they feel like they've been replaced by someone else. What else? Yeah, definitely like this very like feminine, spiritual energy here. You go after what you want, but very gracefully. They see that you can be very harsh with your words, okay? Whenever you're upset, they could definitely look back on a fight you had, or maybe previous interactions where you said some very cutting words to them, and that was just because you were very upset, you were very hurt. And they could think about times when you just said some very like overly blunt and straight to the point things, like very harsh words for them. But they know that you did this because you were hurt by them, okay? I think this person knows that they hurt you, and I think they would be very nervous trying to talk to you again, knowing that you would probably, in their eyes, say some like unfair stuff. At least that's what they think that you'll do. It's not necessarily accurate that you actually would, but that's how they see it. But yeah, overall, this person, they think very highly of you. They can't forget about you. I feel like they have assumed that you've moved on, okay? And they feel like they see you as someone who's very beautiful inside and out, okay? I think that they know that there is some wounds here. Like, they know that you could still be hurting from this relationship. But they see you on this journey of moving on and moving forward, and you're doing it with a lot of dignity too, is what they're feeling. Okay, so that's all the messages that I have here. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated. If not, you can always check another pile. And definitely check out other tarot readings that I have on this channel. Subscribe for more. Give me a thumbs up. And I love the positive comments too. And I wish you the best. Namaste.